What's going on, Jerome's? So in major NFL news, jumping Jim Harbaugh is jumping ship from the University of Michigan, where he just won a national title, to the San Diego Superchargers, formerly San Diego Superchargers. But Harbaugh's heading back to Cali. Schefter, breaking: Jim Harbaugh is leaving Michigan to accept the head coaching job with the Los Angeles Chargers. Sources tell ESPN. Now, Schefter's a Michigan alum, so it has to be kind of tough. But of course, I mean, Harbaugh is getting out ahead of the sanctions. Like, it's a very Pete Carroll thing to do. The Chargers get their man, while national champions now have a head coaching opening. It should go to Shamar Moore, but we'll see what Michigan wants to do. And this makes sense, where you have your quarterback. I think Justin Herbert could be a top 5 guy. I think that he could be elite. And Harbaugh, former quarterback himself. And, of course, a lot has been made. Justin Herbert, who did not win the 2020 Diet Pepsi Offensive Rookie of the Year award. He did not. We know who won it, Justin Jefferson. But, a lot has been made about full circle for Harbaugh. He was a Michigan man, and he came back and coached Michigan, and Harbaugh was a bit of a journeyman quarterback in the league, played for the Chargers for a hot second, and then now returns to the Chargers. And given his, given Harbaugh's track record, he's done pretty damn well, especially in the state of California, where he was great at the University of San Diego. He was great at Stanford. He was great with the San Francisco 49ers. Coached in the NFL for 4 seasons, had a .695. Nice winning percentage, as well as he went to the NFC title game 3 straight seasons with Alex Smith and Colin Kaepernick as his QB. So imagine what he can do with Justin Herbert, man. So Harbaugh is a winner. And what's hilarious about this is, beyond Harbaugh returning to a team that he used to play for, there's another team that Harbaugh used to play for. The Bears, back in the day, that probably should have fired Eberflus the IKEA toilet. But the whole thing about Ryan Poles, when they had that press conference with Eberflus on the dais, is like, the reporter's like, how come you didn't reach out to Jim Harbaugh? Then Poles just like, he's the head coach of Michigan. He's the head coach of Michigan. Meanwhile, homeboys getting interviews with the Chargers and the Falcons and stuff is like, And also, what is the point of hanging on to Eberflus? You're just going to fire him mid-season or after next season anyway. You should have shoved all your chips in, and maybe the Bears didn't want to pay what it would take for Harbaugh. We got a 5-year deal, probably making north of $15 million per season, and it's worth it. And of course, us being the Vikings, everything has to come back to us. What does it have to do with us? So Harbaugh, you remember 2 years ago, did interview for the Vikings job before the Vikings ultimately hired Kevin O'Connell, and mainly it was the Kwesi connection. Kwesi was in the R&D department in San Francisco. When Harbaugh was doing some big things with the San Francisco 49ers. But the whole thing about it is that Harbaugh flew in, and I'm sure that he felt like it was a coronation as opposed to an interview, and Kwesi and management thought it was an interview. And, of course, Harbaugh, liar, saying that after he pursued the Vikings job, that was the last time he'll chase an NFL job. Okay. But he did return to Michigan for 2 years, won a natty, so hats off to him. Mission accomplished. It's great, man. And the reasons why the Vikings didn't go with Harbaugh, was it a minority owner? Was it an executive? Who knows? What was Harbaugh sort of turned off or embarrassed by by himself in the process? Where it's like, oh, I thought I was just taking the job, not interviewing. So, what would you say your biggest strength is? I don't know, man. But either way, deep down, like, obviously you're rooting for Kevin O'Connell to succeed. 13-4, win the division. His first year is great. Last year was more about injuries. But can he flourish? Can he thrive in year 3? And obviously we're rooting for O'Connell, but also are you slightly rooting against Harbaugh? Just a little bit. Because if Harbaugh fails in the league, it's no harm, no foul. But if Harbaugh goes on and wins a Super Bowl with Herbert and the freaking Chargers, who are the AFC Vikings, that's going to sting, especially if Kevin O'Connell doesn't get things going here with the Vikes. But again, that's an argument for another day. But your thoughts are thoughts. Jumpin' Jim Harbaugh has been hired as the new head coach of the San Diego Superchargers. They'll always be San Diego to me. And they're probably going to move back within 20 years anyway. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. How are the Wolves going to blow this one? Anyways, you know what to do. Skull production value.